everyone, this is Grace Comer here, and today I'll be reading stuff out of my old language arts notebook for 7th grade. Now, it is towards the end of the 8th grade year, and we only wrote in this for like half of the year in 7th grade, so it's been a while, and I don't remember any of the stuff I wrote in here, so I'm just going to read through it. Don't judge, I'm a weird kid. Let's get started. So, I open the first page, and there's a bulleted list that says gangs, weapons, murder, suicide, underage drinking, abusive parents, middle-aged, twisted past, scary nightmares, reader, a person with 2 different color eyes. I learned that the author is a nice, normal person who likes to read. Oh yeah, this was, I think, about The Outsiders, and it's like, this is what it's about. What kind of, like, stereotypical, what kind of person, what do you think it's about, like, stuff in it. I actually got the, first part right about what it is about, but then, about the author, which is middle-aged, twisted past, yeah, that I got wrong. It's like, middle-aged, twisted past, scary nightmares, reader, person, 2 different color eyes. Don't know why I put that, but, like, I learned the author's a nice, normal person who likes to read. What a surprise. That one's folded over. The character that is most like me in the book The Outsiders is probably Ponyboy, because even though I'm not in a gang, I have gotten into fights. I sometimes go places when I'm bored, which usually ends up in me getting lost, and I'm the youngest of me and my sister. Even when we had a stepsister, I was still the youngest. My sister and I do not get along or really ever talk to each other much. However, she always worries about me if I go over a friend's house or ride my bike for more than an hour. Okay. One thing I've noticed in The Outsiders, when the richer kids get separated from the poor kids, is in the book, the person looks at their group, and if they look like greasers or if they looked bored, the socias would jump them. Oh yeah, stereotyping, I'm not gonna read that. Holiday, Moustache Friday, on the bus every Friday, have your friends do one of, oh, we're supposed to, make a holiday. I guess these were the quick writes. Bus drops you off at the bus stop, make a silly pose, announce it to your friends, first and last Friday of each month, it will spread like a wildfire. It did not spread, I tried it. I drew mustache on my face and I was laughed off the bus. Problem. Shipwrecks. This can be solved by building long bridges between land masses. This way, so that the ships carrying hundreds of people moving to a new country doesn't break down and sink. So they can move. Oh yes, this was one of the quick writes where you had to keep writing. So I'd like draw little doodles in between. And that one's like, so. When the dog is on its leash, and, oh, pet peeve. When the dog is on its leash and you look down to see that the leash is wrapped around its leg, this is one of my pet peeves, and I don't even know why, but it just annoys me. Like, you know, it still annoys me. Like, when you're walking your dog and the leash gets caught under them, so it's on their underside, yeah, that really annoys me. Like, just, ugh. Okay. Skipping over. Oh, cool. This was me planning my short story from last year. Okay, so genres I like to write: dark fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, and mythology. Summaries of the book I like to read. The Demon Lord tries to trick the guardian angel and kills all the monkeys. Okay, I'm gonna reread that. Listen to how crazy this sounds. The Demon Lord tricks the guardian angel and kills all the monkeys who operate the elevators, then kills the High Council, but leaves the pelican. A dark warlock kills people, so Karen and her friends have to confront a mean witch to save the world. An arrogant fishy has very shiny scales, but eventually gives them away to fishies with non-rainbow scales. Okay, the first 2 were the Soul Guardian series. That was Rainbow Fish. Scientist genetically engineer human. That's Random Kid's mom goes missing, and he goes on a quest to find her in an alternate dimension and finds out he's a horseman. Oh yeah, I forgot the title to that book, but I stopped at the end of the book because it was one of those things like you get the free first book on Amazon, but then you have to pay for the rest of them. And I just I need to make sure I get the next one, but I never did, and I forgot the title. I was like, man, I love that book though. Okay, and this is my character. Of course, I need to set stuff out because, this is actually where the district I was in before this district. So, yeah. So, setting, Ohio, winter, 2015. Wait, I wrote this in 2015? Yeah, September 15th. Wow. Approximate date is December 14th. Okay, so, wow. So, Maine Spider HQ, this park near my old house. Camp 1, school. Camp 2, a church. The battleground is West Football Track. Central Base, this other meeting place for the city. Camp 3, clearing in the park near my friend Ashley's. I do remember that clearing is though, so. Then there's the all planning I did for the story, and I remember the story, and I did not do any of this. Okay, so the first one was go to Camp 1 and meet a Parker. First raid, Parker's a traitor. Yeah, I literally did not do any of this. The only thing I did was the climax, which was the final battle. And then main characters taken back to camp. That never happened. They never went to a camp because it literally started because the main character moved somewhere, and all of a sudden the spider came in. Okay, I'm gonna read this one. Written on September 15th. Sparkles everywhere. Here, have a hammer. Now hit this boy with the hammer so the wall will look like a rock. We could make the neck. Oh! No, it says box. I remember this. It's here. Have a hammer. Now hit this box with the hammer so it will look like a rock. We will make the necklaces fly by using a fishing rod. Like pink dresses. Get down from the construction block, Lexi. Ice hurts. Back there. Hop the fence. Love Sparkles. Long, jet black hair. Curly hair. Freckles. I always say how's life or hi friend. And always has her hands folded. I tap, I spin when I am bored. Okay, so that was writing about people. And that whole thing was a funny experience that me and Ashley had. And I was just real quickly writing it down. So we're trying to make a YouTube series. Of course, it never really works. And we were trying to set up the set, which, sort of like a chronicle kind of thing, where they find this one cave and they get powers. And we have necklaces that serve for charms on rocks. So we had to make the rocks, but we couldn't find any more rocks. So we took hammers to boxes to try to make it look like rocks. Of course, that did not work. That just broke the boxes and made our arms tired. But at least we got to eat cupcakes. And we could never find the necklaces, so we never actually did it. I guess we could one day, but I don't know. It looks different when it's removed. But it's right there, and it looks different. Okay. Oh, starting statement. December 14th, 2015 was the day I single-handedly destroyed the world on accident. The start of all this chaos. How could we possibly have won? I asked myself as a gigantic web engulfed me, and I took what I thought was my last breath. I wrote that down on my paper, December 14th, 2015. I scribbled down answers on the test. It didn't matter anyway. Home, I thought. Finally. Okay, snapshots and thought shots. Okay, so this is another thing. That's just snapshots and thought shots. Flash fiction. This one's, I forget what it is, but yeah. Okay. So I just know this one's really interesting. The three teenagers are angry teenagers. They did not want to go to the extremely scary haunted house. The purple and tan walls added effect. It was light but dark at the same time. Night, but it felt like day. The normal scream sounded from down the hall. followed by the massive ear-splitting squeals. A throng of people rushed down the hall. They rushed forward to see the commotion. The clatter of metal overtook the screams. The old lady stopped and screamed for a million voices. The rest ran into her and joined. A crowd of slender figures dressed in black stood, studying their surroundings. Swords as well as panics, twitching people lay on the ground, surrounded them. Laying on the ground, surrounded them. Surrounding them. Words. Ninjas. The people turned back to the door that disappeared. The ninjas just as confused as them. The littlest took a step forward, her foot making an echo on the ground. The ninjas charged at them silently. They brawled, punched, kicked, but not a sound was made. Everyone tried to scream, but no sound came out. The room had an eerie ring, that's all. The old people are always the first to go. The old person dropped of exhaustion. The ninjas surrounded them. The family had lost hope, accepted that they were going to go, but the moment you lose hope is the moment you stop existing. With them frozen, the ninjas stopped the movement. The family then realized they could fly and flew to the ceiling, something the ninjas could not. They threw their blades, but to no use. They came back down and impaled them in the head. The ninjas were no more. The echo sounded down and around. On and another. The bodies, they fell. Wow. That's another thing that I wrote. I don't want to read it because I don't know what it is. What the heck? It says, oh, that's why. Okay, tornado. What the? I have no idea what that means. Okay. A long time ago in ancient Greek, a war between land and air. Land dwellers were not allowed to be higher than 6 feet, which left colonies of short people spread out among the ancient Malaki territory. One day, Tahana, the god of the warm air, decided that he wanted 2 extra feet, but that would end 9/10 of all humans' lives there. His brother, Mahamana, wanted to end the war between land and air, thus protecting mortals. However, as a younger brother, Mahamana did not have a say. The next day, Tahana asked his brother, "Do you think we should conquer the earth?" Mahamana shook his head, and Tahana got angry. "Well, I think we should," he yelled. Tahana replied, "But it's against the rules. Humans are the most obtainable source of power." They entered the first fight, a fist fight, and they both made wind go at each other, which collided and created a swirly storm. The tornado grew larger and larger until it got stuck, then proceeded down to earth. Now this is really hard to read, by the way, just saying. I thought like it was like delayed. Like it looked delayed on the screen. I was like, dude, I closed my mouth already. Okay. Banishing them on the land forever. The humans captured them, and every so often when the brothers fight, a swirling windstorm happens. When their powers collide, it's one trying to stop another. Every time one hits the ground, it's Tahana trying to claim Earth, until one day Mahamana finally dies and can no longer stop the tornadoes from happening. Tahana was sad for losing his partner in crime, and started placing more and more tornadoes everywhere scattered across the ancient Greece. I think this is when we're trying to, like, it might be an actual myth. I do not know. It's either an actual myth or we had to write our own myth for a natural disaster. Okay. What makes a story? Stories consist of written records of real or made-up events, whether over a period of a lifetime, night, or an hour. Box. A story is what happened over time. Be boring or exciting, short or long. Maybe a minute could pass and the story ends. Oh yeah, this was... Yeah, that's for interrupted summaries. Quentin investigated the shack thingy, and his friend called him drunk. He had to leave to go pick up his friends at a party full of intoxicated idiots. However, he has to wait because his friends are still doing whatever, and he talks to a random person he found in the basement. Okay, that was about paper towns. I guess I was in the middle of the book and it was for SRI, and they're like, just read a few pages of your book and then write it. And I was on like page 100, so drama notes, organization, acts and scenes, stage directions, dialogue, illusion. Of course, I didn't take any notes for stage directions and dialogue because I already knew what that was, as well as organization, something like that. Connotation, denotation, themes. These themes. Money is the root of all evil. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the way to success. Only in life, live for others, is life worthwhile. Money can't buy happiness. I think that was for Christmas Carol. Yep, the next one is, how is Scrooge's lifestyle inconsistent with his wealth? Scrooge's lifestyle did not fit with his wealth. For instance, he lives alone. Some other things throughout the pages. It mentions his old shoes, his fish baskets. It also said it was a very low fire indeed. Even though he could obtain tons of coal, he keeps low fires. Another thing is, it mentions how old his house is. This works because most rich people have servants and new modern things or houses, but he has a bunch of old things in his house. Okay, so I've run to a prejudice essay and a tolerance essay, as well as a bunch of storyboards. Okay, what I needed every morning, according to my little self. Every day I need at least half an hour every morning of singing time, or else I'm tired for the rest of the day. Wake up at 6 each morning, go upstairs, greet mom, then go back to bed until 6:30. I then watch the news until 6:48, and then I get in the shower at 6:50, getting out at 7:07. Until 7:10, I make hot cocoa and go downstairs to sing until 7:38, and then I go upstairs and brush my teeth and find my shoes until 7:42, then rushing out the door, usually tripping over something. 7:46 to 3:50 is school. On Thursday afternoons, I'm home alone, so I watch Supernatural. The other days, I do my chores or ride my bike. Then go downstairs to play Sims, read, or write. Around 6, I have a freak out while I'm playing video games. I'm slowly dying and go research action calls in the city I live in until 8:30. Then I get dinner and watch YouTube. And finally, I watch my nightly episode of Gilmore Girls and lie in bed for the next hour pondering life. Journal reflection. Long walk to water. Salva's friend, Muriel, got eaten by a lion. He fears that he would have gone insane if it wouldn't be for his uncle's familiar face. He keeps going on. That's all I'm gonna read. Carefree and stuff, willing to help, reveals her sense of humor to more people. This is such bad handwriting. Okay. Oh, this is for my final project for a book. It was, I was planning out my thing. So here's my hook that I came up with. What would happen if the world's oil supply is nearly empty? So, yeah. That's basically all the interesting things in my notebook. So, yeah, it's so awesome, isn't it? Like, they're like, you have to decorate your notebook. It's for a grade. So I was like, okay, so I just doodled on it with pencil. And at first I didn't get a grade. Like, you can't just draw on your notebook with pencil. That doesn't work. Like, well, there's stuff on here. And I did that for my folder too. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.